and Nicole sells her etheric bathwater.
Nicole Delphine.
Hey, we have an episode title. How exciting is that? Hello, and welcome back to the 6th Street Underground, a Zenless Zone Zero fan cast discussing all things ZZZ. As always, I'm your host, Eric, and I'm joined by my ever-wonderful co-host, Brian. Say hi, Brian.
Hey, howdy, hey, hi.
Brian, it's good to see you today, bud.
It's good to see you, too.
I want to talk about Zenless Zone Zero.
What?
I want to talk about Zenless Zone Zero.
You never want to talk about...
I know.
Z.
This is going to be an interesting episode because, I'll pull back the curtain a little bit. This episode's coming out on Thanksgiving, but you and I are not going to be around the days before Thanksgiving to record an episode. So we're about a week ahead. You're going to the moon.
I love the
moon. Where all the hollows are.
Because it is close to...
And where all the timely references are.
Do Quiznos even exist anymore?
No, I think there's like 2 in the United States.
Oh, wait, no, actually, I just had this conversation with other friends. There are 3 Quiznos.
There's 3.
In North Carolina.
In North Carolina, even?
Yeah, no, I think there might be
in
dozens.
Other states?
One of them is on Fort Bragg, so
okay.
That stands to reason that the only place a Quiznos could survive would be a military base.
Jeez. As of December 6th, 2023, there are 145 Quiznos left in the United States, which is
that's impossible.
More than I thought there would be. They had a chicken carbonara melt sandwich that was awesome.
Yeah.
This is our Quiznos fan cast where we talk about Quiznos all day. But I said all that because we're going to talk about some things like today. I want to talk about a couple of things. One of the things I want to talk about is Lighter. We've got some info from Lighter, but we have not been able to put our hands on Lighter yet, unfortunately. So if we say things that are like, hey, actually, that's not 100% true, that's because it hasn't come out yet.
It's because we don't know what we're talking about.
We got official release information for his like agent intro and mechanics. So we can at least talk about like Lighter mechanics and whatnot. But I also just want to like, you mentioned this earlier, we've grazed a lot of topics. And we kind of have a chance to kind of dig a little bit deeper, talk about some things that we really appreciate or some things that we haven't been able to highlight up until now. So what do you want to start with, Brian? Do you want to just like talk about whatever? You want me to spill what we know about Lighter?
Yeah, we can go get the boring Lighter person out of the way.
Not boring, he's cool.
No, he's boring.
A cool guy.
He's
boring because he's the first character you're not going to roll on since the game's launch.
And I mean, even that's up for debate.
You may still put some rolls into it. I'm like, I should say for Miyabi. He do look pretty cool though. We know Lighter is going to be a stunner character from the Sons of Caledon. We know that the way you activate his team synergy is by having an attacker on his team or someone from the Sons of Caledon. He looks fun because of the way he's kind of built is this really comfortable cycle of he generates charges while off field. Right, so he generates energy moxie. They called it something special. Morale. He generates morale.
Energy moxie.
Energy moxie.
Why you went to moxie instead of morale?
Energy moxie is my favorite energy drink.
What's that slang term people are using for moxie nowadays?
He's got chutzpah, you know? He gets some chutzpah charges. Builds up morale off field. When you swap him in, if he's got enough morale, he like immediately jumps into chain attack mode and pops off. When he does that, he can do tons of stun damage and build up lots of days. He buffs ice and fire.
Okay.
Teammates,
George R. R. Martin fan.
Yeah, exactly. It's a song of Lighter. It's just ice and fire though, so like they're really honing him in on a specific team. His morale buffs everybody on the team. I think it gives like an additional like just like damage steroid, and he can extend the amount of time the enemies are stunned by like 3 whole seconds. So like that's really and he does it all while looking super flashy and doing punching is like he's in an anime.
Which I mean, I suppose he technically is.
Yeah. What's the anime that everyone loved for a while? JoJo. He's got like that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of like super punches thing going on, which is really cool. Is that right? Is that the anime everyone was into?
I mean, that's one of the ones that people are into, but I don't think that's the reference you were going for. It's more of like Fist of the North Star or maybe One Punch Man.
Sure.
JoJo's a little more flamboyant than Lighter. Just ever
Lighter's
so
too cool for JoJo. Either way, it's this really cool, like flashy. He pops in, he dumps a bunch of stun, and he switches out. What I'm excited about with playing around with Lighter is to see how much time he's actually on field. Because right now, like our big stunners are Lycone, Chingy, and then Kaleda. And I've spent a lot more time playing with Lycone and Chingy and Kaleda to a lesser extent, but at least two of those three, they spend a lot of time on field for your team.
The stunners are kind of the main character of a stunner DPS support team.
Yeah, like
as opposed
they're
to
out
the
there
anomaly.
For a while.
The anomalies are the main characters of their own team.
For sure. So I'll be curious to see if like that stays the case with Lighter, or if the way Lighter's like the flow of his kit is like you spend more time with your DPS out, or maybe even your support out, while he's building up charge, and then you swing him in to do a bunch of stun at one time and then swap him back out again. Either way is fine, but I'd love to see how like they tweak the kind of DPS attacker or the DPS stunner setup a little bit.
Maybe it shakes it up a little more from kind of what it's currently at.
For sure. His burst right now just like does a bunch of damage in a big area. It looks really cool. It's not anything special. I would say that we wouldn't ever use his burst, but with the burst changes, the ultimate changes coming down the pipeline, you probably will. So in that case, just like damage is damage. Like I'll take it. For sure. It looks like he might be really good with Ellen, weirdly enough.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Because he's got that ice buff, and so he would replace Lycone in your Ellen team if you don't have Lycone, or if you just don't like playing with him. And that would also open up the opportunity for you to run. Like right now, Ellen's team is usually Ellen, Lycone, Shukaku. And Shukaku's fine if she's got a good buff that she puts out, but like the animations for her take a while. Like that spin takes a long time. So you could run a team now where it's Ellen, Lighter, and then like Lucy, who is way faster and also has an insane DPS steroid, and you'd still be kind of like, I want to say you'd still be triggering everything you'd want to trigger for that team. I forget what Ellen wants on her team, so that should be fine. Maybe
not.
I'll walk that back. Yeah, but anyways, it'll be interesting to see what Lighter does. We'll talk about it more when he comes out. It'll be fun to see all of the sons of Caledon all kitted out and in the game. Which actually, this might be a segue. It makes me wish, when like you max out friendship with somebody and you can make them your background on the menu. I wish you could have it by faction instead of being an individual. You know what I mean? Because like they're all clearly in the same space. So like using like the Cunning Hares as an example, they're all individually chilling on that white truck. I would love if I had like Billy and Nicole and Nekomata maxed out. If I could set like the faction as my background and see all three of those jokers sitting on the truck instead of just one or the other.
Oh, okay.
You know
I can see that.
Wouldn't that be
or
cool?
I guess like even just like rotating through, like you could set a faction background, or because it definitely is. There's times where I wish I was able to. I'm like I'd like to switch up my background, but not enough to actually go in and do it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's Bernice.
Yeah, or
I'm not changing off of Bernice.
Yes, set it for a handful of them, so that way.
Yeah.
It's kind of, even if you just only have like 5 options, it's one of 5 every time you look at it instead of just the same one all the time.
I would love that. I don't know if they've said anything about doing that in the future, but that's definitely on my like survey responses is I love having these characters as my background. Please let me have more characters as my background.
Yeah.
Because like, I unlock new ones, but I like the way Bernice's background looks. It's always just Bernice. But yeah, man, what are you thinking about? What do you want to talk about today?
The rise and fall of Quiznos. No.
Yeah, we're going to go back to Quiznos. What was your Quiznos order? I think mine was in number 7.
Let's see, my Quiznos was no. So I'd say one of the things I've enjoyed is the progression of the gameplay.
Okay.
Because you definitely had the start. It was kind of limited. I think there was only 2 enemy types, and even of the 2 enemy types, there wasn't that much.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they've been trickle feeding in.
And like at the beginning, there were a lot of people, like there's a lot of online criticism that the game was too easy. Like it was only 2 buttons. There's no reason to try. You could put whatever you wanted together and just mash through it and clear everything.
Yeah, I would definitely
and like some
say
of that, yeah.
They have definitely solved that issue where
yes, they have.
You know, you can do the main story is still pretty easy to clear.
Yeah.
But the weekly or the bi-weekly Shiyu defense, it'll definitely test you, and especially if you don't have the right team for it.
Yeah, if you're not like built for those those challenges, it's I don't know how much of it is just like it's a gacha game, and so you want people to feel powerful and you want them to get hooked so they keep playing. So you make the beginning easy and you make the resources plentiful so people go, oh, this is great, I love it, I'm super strong.
Yeah.
And then when those start to trickle away, they're already locked in. Or if it's just them being like, hey, yeah, you know what, you were right at the beginning, it wasn't hard enough, we wanted to make it accessible, but like hold my nitro fuel because here's challenge after challenge after challenge that really wants you to either be very talented, be way overgeared, or some combination of the two. And I think you and I have both really enjoyed that sweet spot of being like, I've got the characters and I've got the teams, but I've also played enough that like I can handle these difficulties even if I don't have the brand new character as it were.
What do you mean?
I mean, yeah, some of us.
What do you mean don't have a brand new character? I don't comprehend that statement.
It's the Nekomata only challenge is the one that we're.
I can't believe I'm still missing her of all the characters.
I can't believe she's the only character you don't have. It's insane.
You just roll.
I mean, yeah, okay.
The key is you just roll.
I know, like, one of the things that we'll always be contending with is things like Shield Defense, which rotate every 2 weeks. That is one of the tools that these developers use to sell the new characters.
Yeah.
Right? That's not even like just a ho-yo thing. That's you have a live service game thing. You want people to feel like, in some way, like, possibly feel like they need this character to be able to be successful, which 90% of the time you don't. Or, I don't know about you, but like, I got excited about Yanagi. I pulled for Yanagi. I had saved doing Shiyu Defense until my Yanagi was built, not because I needed her to clear it, but because I wanted to use her in hard content that I knew she'd be okay in.
I had the exact same thing. I saw that it was a lightning-focused defense and that she was coming out in a couple days. So I said exactly the same thing. I will just sit here and I will wait. And then when she comes out, then I'll use her. And I did. And because, I noticed that exact same thing is when it's a new character, it's their time to shine.
And like, we're still early in the game. So if you, let's say, did not have a strong electric unit and you didn't roll for Yanagi, right now you're probably going, this is annoying, this stinks, like they just built it to counter me, like they want to force you. But the longer the game goes and the more people who are playing have like a built out roster where you have electric units that aren't just Big Brother, like you've got actual like units you've built previously, it won't matter as much that the Shield Defense is built for the newest electric damage character.
Yeah, because right now I think if for some insane reason you rolled and got every new SSR character,
somebody would do that.
You now would be able to answer every at least every strength weakness. You might not be able to make the perfect team because there's definitely times when you're doing it where it'll be like, oh, they're weak to electric, or they're strong to electric but weak against fire. Or vice versa, where they're weak to electric and strong against fire. And I'm like, well, Yanagi's running with Bernice one way or the other. So
I'm bringing both of those in here. We're just going to have to deal with it. I think I'm in a close to similar boat to you. The thing I'm missing is I didn't pull Juyuan.
Yeah.
So I don't have
a good
ether coverage at all. Like, I've not built my Nicole, and I don't have Juyuan. And that's all of them in the game so far. So I'm hoping that we get some more ether characters soon because it feels like we got a lot of physical and whatnot. But that might be a time where like, even if I'm not in love with the character, if like there's a dope ether character coming out, I may still be like, probably need this on my roster just to fill out the set. The good news is like most of the Shiyu defenses, with the exception probably of the construction robots, which are their own kettle of fish, like there is a strong element, but it's not mandatory. And sometimes there's two strong elements. It's like, I don't know how many times I've been like, well, I don't have ether, but I do have physical.
Yes.
It's like, I'll still be okay. As long as you're a lot worse off if you're going up against an element that's countered than if you go in neutral. Like, you don't necessarily need the buff from them being weak to your element. You just don't want to bring a physical team into like a physical resistance enemy because it just
right now Jane Doe is my if they're not resistant to physical, she slots in if I don't have anyone else who can. Right now I'm working on building up her support team because I had kind of neglected them.
I need the team.
I didn't need the team up until now. I do need
now that
the
I have
team.
2 teams. Yeah, I from what I've been able to gather, Yanagi is going to play really well with Miyabi, and
which would be kind of expected.
Which would be expected, and what that would do for at least for my teams would give me Bernice back to Jane, right? Because Bernice is kind of a multi-tool right now, where like she's off field and she does damage, she can put her anywhere. But if I can move her back to my Jane team and run a Miyabi Yanagi core for my other team, that's like a fire physical team and an electric ice team. So that's tons of coverage.
Mm-hmm.
And like then I just have to build up one more character to sit in the middle of all those things. So Caesar already exists, and then a support somewhere, probably Lucy or somebody. But like I love this idea of being able to like swap your teams around to fit the situation. Like I like the impromptu team building that is required sometimes.
Yeah.
Where like it's not just like I could go in there and just like use my presets and strong arm it, but I enjoy being like, I know I need Bernice on this team, I know I need Jane on this team. Now, how do I build around those two so I have 2 moderately functioning teams?
And them giving us as many pre-made slots now has made that a lot easier, where you don't feel like I could experiment with a team, but it's a pain. And by pain I mean it's mildly inconvenient to constantly switch around.
I'm not dealing with mild inconvenience, thank you very much.
I don't play this game for fun. I play it for speed.
I got to play this game as little as possible, so I got to go fast through everything. But yeah, I mean, like the most recent Shiyu defense, the big thing that I run into before I had someone like Yanagi are the robots.
Oh, and those which I can only imagine more of those element-specific shields are going to be coming at some point.
I wonder. I think it goes in 2 directions, because it's either, hey, like this will force people to pull more, or it's like the robots were part of the first main chapter, right? It was the Bellabog chapter. We haven't really seen them go that hard into element priorities since then.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe them being like, okay, people didn't like this. People don't like that they have to they have to bring Anton into this fight, because it's either the shield robots that put the blue shield on them and you either fight them from the back or get an electric anomaly on them, or it's the like, I guess you call them like boss but not super boss enemies, the ones that are like the big walkers and things.
Oh, the giant gun dogs.
The giant legged construction equipment that you can break their legs. You know what I'm talking about? Like Hans and all of them.
The pile driver guy.
Yes. Yeah. So like those ones, they break a lot faster if you're triggering electric on them than anything else.
Yeah. And
like not only does that make them take damage faster, it also serves as a really strong interrupt when they have some pretty annoying attacks.
Yeah, they're super just a pain when they start doing their massive AoE rotation.
The spins, and like you run out of switches in, so you're just dodging. Like that's the only time where I've been like, I need an electric unit on my team to deal with this, because even bringing in like my Jane Bernice squad, it could not keep up with just like the raw benefit of bringing in underleveled, undergeared Yanagi and just popping those legs. But like that's it. Everything else, I know enemies have weaknesses, and then like all of that, we could go really into minutia if we wanted to. But like that's the only one that I've been like, I feel like I need this. Otherwise, it's been pretty flexible, and it just feels good to like mix and match your team.
Yeah, or you could be like me and you didn't even know that was a mechanic as far as the legs. I knew the shield because they made it color coded. I didn't know that the legs actually took extra damage from electricity.
And don't quote me on that.
It's too late. I've actually sampled this clip.
I feel like they want me to clip that for you when I'm editing and send it to you so you can use it to blackmail me.
I'm gonna put it's gonna be the new TikTok sound.
Okay, perfect. What do you think? I definitely like. I guess I should have looked into the specifics, but like, I feel like they either break faster or they're more susceptible. It's noticeable when I bring electric into those fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But I like that like.
You like that? You like?
I like that like.
Yeah, I like to like too.
I like that these enemies keep showing up in like when those enemies show up in a Hollow Zero run, they're not usually as much of a concern to me. You know, because like especially when I'm doing Blitz mode Hollow Zero,
you have so many random buffs that are building your team.
So stacked. What is your go-to category of Hollow Zero buffs, or like what are your top 3 that you like to go for?
So it depends on who the main person is.
Okay.
Whoever's going to be my main damage dealer, I'll usually go for their element, especially if I'm doing like a Jane run.
Jane really wants it.
It'll be Onslaught and it'll be Dodge will be my 2 main ones.
Okay.
And then from there, I kind of see what they're giving out.
Yeah.
A lot of the support ones, the energy, defense, the shield ones, all of those are good. Just to, even if you only get a couple of them, each of their individual buffs are really good.
The energy one may get like way stronger once the next patch comes out and everyone has their own ultimates.
Yeah.
Because like if you've got like supercharged energy across the board, that might get wild. Man. My main team for the Blitz mode is still Jane, Caesar, Bernice. So if I get some good fire ones, I'll throw those on too, because Bernice is just cooking in the background. Her Ignite, like when I'm just playing around, is my new favorite thing to goof around with. Because like so often it's I apply it and then I try to nuke them down using Jane or Yanagi or somebody.
Yeah.
But I've been really enjoying like if you just let that burn tick for a while, even without extra buffs, it's a really strong damage over time. If you've got some Ignite buffs from Hollow Zero, sometimes I'll just tag enemies and then like run around.
Just die.
And just watch them literally melt as like just from not even using her skill, just from like using a hold attack. So she does her pirouette, which like usually will build up to one anomaly and like just watch them fall apart. And I don't know what that says about me, but I really enjoy doing that.
I think it says a lot about you.
Don't read into that.
I've already started the book.
Yeah,
it's going to be a New York Times bestseller.
You've called the cops. There's the tenacity buffs that like tenacity is really, really strong, but I get so anxious when my health is low that like I don't want to try to cheese it.
Yeah.
But like the some of the tenacity buffs, tenacity stacked with shields really nice because you can spread your damage. Everyone takes damage. So they get buffed by tenacity, and then you also have these big chunky shields on it. I did learn last time I did Hollow Zero that there's a tenacity buff that spreads the damage you take evenly across all your characters. It takes into account Caesar's shield, but only for the character who's currently active.
So you start killing your own team.
So like I looked up and like my one character is like 100% health, no problem, and everyone else is at like 20% health, and I'm like, what happened? It's because I was just being lazy and letting Caesar's shield eat things.
I have definitely run afoul of that before, where I've got Caesar's shield and I've got that Rizonia.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering why everyone else is dying. I'm like, I have the shield.
Did it? No, we should be fine. Caesar, yeah. So like that's always a little bit surprising. They've done a good job. I'm sure there are number crunchers who know like unequivocally which are the best Rizonia trees to take. But so far, like I would say most of them feel really good. There are some that I skip, but like,
and some of them depend too, like
the Bang Boo ones.
The Bang Boo ones, the crit one.
Yeah,
you probably avoid them unless you're a character that's specifically built for crit, obviously.
Yeah, with the new anomaly meta, no one's picking crit because
Yeah.
you don't need it. So one of the things I wanted to think about or talk about, Brian, since we had a couple of minutes, was just like, I was thinking about this yesterday, how much I appreciate all of the attention the devs have put into inconsequential things in the game. So like all of the sound effects feel really good. And not just like combat sound effects where like for Yanagi, you need to know that you switch skills, but just like interacting with the TV during the load screen sounds good. Did you know you can hit a key and change the channels on the load screen?
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah.
I
on
know
PlayStation, it's the triggers.
Okay.
And on phone, you can just tap the screen. I want to say it might be spacebar, just clicking or something. You can channel surf while it's doing like the loading.
Oh,
and,
that's
like,
cool. I
correcting
actually didn't know that.
And like, there's no reason for you to be able to do that. But like the fact that you can, I really appreciate. Like all these little things just show how much attention
I
and
know
like, care the
that if you go AFK while you're in the HDD, Fairy will just start to kind of taunt you in the most passive-aggressive way possible, which I love.
It's the biggest loss of the reduction from TV mode is I don't get as much snarky Fairy telling me things like, why'd you go to the bathroom? But like all of the menus have these like cool animations and the sounds feel really good. And like when a new banner comes up and you switch to the banner for the first time, there's like a whole animation of the character like coming into the banner. And there's just a lot of style and other things that the team has done. On the Reddit, there was this, maybe one person, but there was a trend of people upsizing and highlighting the internet icons and pictures that people use on the internet. And like those are really detailed and unique and like easily recognizable in the ZZZ style. And like, they didn't have to do that. You're not paying attention to those things.
Yeah,
you know?
The small little touches.
And like, I don't have anything profound to say about that, except that just like, I'm saying like too much today. I really appreciate that they've done all of that because it makes the game feel bigger than it actually is, more alive than it actually is, and more enjoyable to participate in because it is varied. And even though like, yes, we do a lot of the same things day after day, like it just feels better to be in that space.
I mean, I think menu design is one of those things that gets ignored so often in video games, but you realize it so quickly because you end up spending so much time.
Especially in RPGs.
Yeah, in RPGs when you're switching to characters and you're switching equipment and there's so many small little details. Like you said, even just switching between a character from skill to equipment to having them have their little movements and stuff that keeps it entertaining instead of just it being a static image of the character or something.
It's where I feel like they've learned a lot or taken a lot from like Atlas games. Because Atlas makes like Persona and makes like Shin Megami Tensei and Metaphor, and like Atlas is to me at least like the kings of stylistic menus. Like,
absolutely. Without
menus
a doubt.
as an art. It's so much so that when I was a classroom teacher, my classroom theme was Persona 5 styling. And I had like Persona 5 menus as like all of my boards and things because it just looked good.
It's neat. Whereas
it's cool.
You think of how many other RPGs you've played and they have basic, bland
list.
It'll do. It'll do.
Yeah. Very utilitarian in other places. And I think like the Hoyo team saw with ZZZ that like there was this space for it to be its own thing. And that just gives more character and attention to the game. By giving the menus the cool interfaces. And every now and then, it'll still be like, okay, what am I supposed to actually push to get to where I'm supposed to be in this menu?
I forget all the time. I'll be like, let me go look at whatever I'm trying to get to is the wrong key I push. It doesn't matter that it's always the same key I push. It goes to the wrong menu first. Which that's not necessarily their fault, because there's only so much they can do when they've labeled the menu, and I still forget what menu I'm supposed to be looking for.
I'm not going to read. I'm going to go with my heart, and I'm going to push this key and see what happened. It took me until the third, I'm going to call it world, even like the third section of the arpeggio fault to actually figure out how to change my specialization.
Oh, I am the same.
It's like there was a key on there, and I just never saw it.
No, it was the same for me because as I was clearing, I was looking up guides, and they're like, hey, make sure you turn on the bottomless pit if you're doing the Nicole Nekomata, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know.
Talking about.
And then I saw it, and I realized how dumb I was.
I felt like a fool. But that's not really Hoyo's fault. That's
there's only so much hand holding you can do.
The big neon arrow.
If you make it big, bright, glowy, I have to actually click right past it.
Yeah,
and I still ignore it. There's a certain amount, which I know you never do as a customer. You never accept fault for your own issues.
Right. It's their fault that they gave me a tutorial and all the things with an animation, and I still didn't read it, didn't follow it, and don't know how to do this.
Which explains Fairy so much when she's like, I'm going to explain this to you like you're stupid, because you very well might be.
Because you probably need this. I mean, like, we even talk about NPCs. Like, ZZZ does such a good job with NPCs that when a new one showed up in town, multiple people made online posts about them.
They do. Yeah, they are.
Like, Rocker Girl showed up. There's a girl with a red shirt. No, she's got whatever. She's got like a guitar on her back. And she's shown up. She has zero plot significance. She's never said anything important to us. And we're all like, oh, someone new. She's great. I love her. Who is this? And we're like, it's just filler for the background so things don't look dead. But
maybe.
There's so much character.
They have done that before where they'll put the character model in, and it won't even be the next round that's coming up that they will just be there for a bit, and then one day you'll just sit there and you'll say, I've seen that person for a while.
Wait, I know who she is. When she wears her fighting gear and not her casual clothes, she looks like a ZZZ character and not an NPC.
Yeah.
Like we saw Lighter at the very beginning of the game, just like hanging out in town. Speaking of characters being fed to us.
I don't like where this is going.
No. This is good. I did the event where we helped the Bang Boo get their friend out of the virtual reality.
Yeah.
It just came out. And like the whole time the Bang Boo is being piloted by somebody who's so famous she can't go outside or people will recognize her.
Yes.
Yes, she's 100% going to be a playable character. And I can't wait to actually meet. Oh, for sure.
Just because they said, I can't wait until we can meet in person. And
they gave her enough personality. And like what she was doing is something people aren't really able to do without like high clearance or if they're Faithin.
Which Faithin is not allowed to do.
Which Faithin's also not supposed to be doing it. I think my theory is that she is
with the idol group.
I think she's separate. I think so. There are posters all around New Eridu, and there's like in the first scene when you're talking to the Bang Boo the very first time when you're in the video store, very clearly over the back of the Bang Boo's shoulder is the cover of a film of a girl with black angel wings and like I want to say a red dress and long hair, and she was right there, and she's on posters all over New Eridu. I think that she's the one who is piloting the Bang Boo, and they were having fun with us. That's my crackpot theory.
I desperately hope that is the case, because one, that'll show them putting a lot of forethought, and two, I need that to be true, because otherwise I'm going to look at you like you are a crazy person who's got red string on a board saying, there's this one event where Bang Boo was sitting in front of a poster, and then they said, you can't see me, but you could see them. You could see them.
She was right there.
Open your eyes,
in joke the whole time. Pepe Sylvia is right here. It's either that or she's one of the idol group, because the idol group has like some androids in them who could more likely like just interface with the robot. But man, wouldn't that be cool? And like we won't meet her for like 5 more patches, and then she'll come back and they'll be like, remember that time we hung out? And you'll be like, yes, I do remember, because Eric talked about it in episode 10 of 6th Street Underground, and he was right.
It could also be someone that we'll never meet, and it's going to be a convenient character that whenever they want to just do something else, they have a different Bang Boo and say, hey, remember me? I'm definitely not the girl with angel wings.
You'll never see me because I'm a plot device, but I like you.
Yeah, it could just be a reoccurring, or even better if they turn out to also have one of their own fairies.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, let's cover all of our bases. What if that was actually Yokai that we were talking to, or one of the other AIs that was pretending to be somebody who had taken over a Bang Boo? It's the girl with the wings. I'm calling it right now.
It's Nicole. They're bringing it back.
Nicole. If Nicole had access to that technology, she would sell it.
Absolutely, 100%,
and still have no money, but she would sell it immediately.
I'll be interested to see if they actually pick up the lawsuit plotline.
Yeah,
when inevitably Perlman gets returned. If he does,
they've got to do something because Perlman. There's only so much left they can do with Perlman.
They either have to get him back in prison or they have to kill him.
Yeah. Or they use him to bring in his hot assistant, who's actually the mastermind.
I mean, she's definitely coming back. They already showed her too much talking to the actual group and everything.
Yeah. I think Perlman's going to get disposed of. I think like we're going to get to the point where like, okay, we finally have Perlman locked in and like a real threat's going to show up and he's going to be off screen.
But he's going to have given up more he's going to have given up just enough information to continue the plot.
Lead us on. For sure. I don't think Perlman survives to whatever 2.0 is. I know we're a little ways away, but I don't think Perlman sees ZZZ 2.0. I think he's done and dusted before then.
Yeah, I can't believe that they're going to have Leiter sacrifice himself for Perlman. That's crazy.
Yeah, you heard it here. Leiter sacrifices himself for Perlman, and at the last minute, a woman with black angel wings swoops in and saves Leiter. And she says, "It was me the whole time."
Just rings bang boos from the sky.
She calls them bang booms, and they explode when they land.
See, now that you put that out there, I want a character that has an explosion-based character.
We're gonna get one. I think one of the reasons I get so excited about new characters being announced is I get excited about seeing what new weapons they'll introduce into the game. Because, like, you and I we've known each other since early middle school, and we have always been obsessed with, like, cool weapons.
Like our infamous chain gun.
Like a gun that shoots chains.
It's a gun that shoots chains. Who wouldn't want it? What's the practicality of it? That's not the point we're making.
Doesn't matter. I will carry this around when I'm walking around the neighborhood at 1 a.m. I want to see them kind of like keep playing with these like neat new weapons and new weapon ideas. I'm interested to see what we get next because the game mechanics do not limit anybody by weapon. Like there's
no.
In other games, like the weapon has to be what it is because you've only got a set number in the game, but a Wenjin is anything. so we could see weird stuff.
That I think was a smart move on their part by having the weapon be a non-represented thing. So yeah, like you said, now they can do whatever they want, make everyone cool and distinct and unique, and not have to share a
category,
an asset, a physical or digital asset.
It's kind of a double-edged sword from like a development perspective because I was thinking about this yesterday. Like other games I play where you do like the weapons are set, but you see the weapons a lot more. I am more inclined. There are some weapons that I've rolled for just because I like the way they look. They look really cool, so I'm going to roll for them. And usually, like, we've talked about the W engine rates in a previous episode. If you're trying to be frugal, you really shouldn't be rolling for Wenjin. But the fact that there really isn't that much visual impact of having a character's W engine means I'm less inclined to pull for it. Whereas in some of the other games I play, like, oh, wait, she's a Claymore user, but that's an axe. I got to get that axe. That looks so cool. I'm willing to spend more money there. So I feel like with the way they've designed it in this really clever way, it is clever and benefits the consumer more than the company, which you don't always, does that make sense? Like you don't always see that in games like
I feel
this.
like I would just disagree on the basis that what that turns into is they make all of the characters super, super cool. So any of that money that they might lose on you not rolling for the W engine, you're just putting into the Mindscape.
They have to make more cool characters instead of making like cool characters and what. Like I like it personally. Like I prefer it this way as we have in ZZZ, but I do think it's interesting. I don't know if I do this or not. Part of me wishes that W engines did have more of a visual effect than they do. Like right now, the hair color changes. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, I do not notice it 95% of the time.
Wait, hair color changes?
Did you know this?
No.
Yeah, okay. So usually it's hair color. If you equip a character's W engine at least once, you could put it on them and then switch it to somebody else. There's a little toggle on a character's like equipment sheet where it's got the engine and the 6 discs around it.
Yeah.
That is probably red until you equip their character-specific engine, and that turns to green. And it now makes it so that their hair glows a color when they're on the field.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And for most of them, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah. No, I never noticed that.
Yeah, I could. It's easier to find, like, if you're at a computer right now, you can just Google, like, W engine changes hair color and see. I'll see if I can find you a picture.
Okay. You know, I'm kind of thinking, now that you've pointed it out, it makes sense because
Nicole's a good way to see it.
I stumbled across Yanagi's W engine randomly.
Somehow.
But that would make sense because it definitely seems like there's a little more of a glow to her. But I just thought that's because she was so cool.
Yeah, okay. I sent you a picture of Nicole. If you're at home, you can see this as well. There's a Reddit thread about it. If you just search like W engine changes.
Okay.
Like if you've got her W engine, the tips of her hair glow purple. It is very minor, and especially if like you're fighting in ZZZ where there's a million effects going on anyways and things are all over the place and you're actually doing stuff, you would never notice the changes. But there is a change.
Okay, that's neat.
Part of me wishes there was more of a change. But another part of me that likes not spending money I don't have, appreciate that there's not more of a change.
That seems like that was a sit down where they figured out where the line was of reward you for not only is the W engine going to be great because it's tailor made for that character, but there's a visual distinction, but not so much of a visual distinction that it feels mandatory.
You're not missing. I imagine there will be a time in the future where like,
there won't
a W
be.
engine also changes. There will no times. It's always the now. We only have the present. Where like
permanence is a lie.
the W engine changes like skill effect colors or something.
See, something like that could be
like,
cool.
And for all I know, they already do, and I'm just not noticing it. Like for Bernice's fire or something.
That would be something neat if they did even if they did them just as event rewards.
Yeah. Like I like for them to be accessible. Like don't limit it to an S rank W engine I have to pay for. Make it the event reward weapon that's like, oh, if you get this now, Nicole's bursts have stars in them.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like a galaxy or whatever. Like that would be cool. But yeah, it's my obligatory Genshin reference. So far they've only had one character where like a weapon came out that behaves differently on her than it does for anybody else. And that's really the only weapon. Yeah, because like it's a polearm, but if she uses it, it becomes a scythe.
That's
like,
really cool.
It's really cool though. And like part of me is like, I don't like this because it means I have to roll for the character. But another part of me is like, but it's a cool scythe. And it's so cool and I love it. And I had to get it because it's a cool fire scythe and I need this.
Yeah, no, that was smart on them.
So like, inevitably those kinds of things happen, and like I appreciate these games do kind of experiment with what they can do and what these things like what works and how they can make things enticing to the player, both in terms of like what we like aesthetically, but also what we're willing to spend money on and roll for. And like there are some people who will get the W engine because it's more stats and numbers go bigger, and we like that. And there's also been 8 million anomaly units released and not enough anomaly engines.
It's so sad. It's so sad the world we live in, how we suffer.
But there will also be people who are like, I got it because this is a character whose hair goes all the way down to the ground. And if you get her W engine, it's purple the whole way down. And like, it's noticeable. And I'm making things up. But like, that's the kind of thing I could see happening is they've got a lot of space to play with.
Yeah.
With that. I had in my notes, we could talk about like, what would you put in the game if you were going to invent a new element for the game? And that might be fun to talk about, but I don't know if we have time to talk about that right now. And I don't know if anybody want to listen to it.
I'm going to take a 30-second guess, and I think you and I probably are going to say the same element.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Is it poison?
I thought about that as an option, and it probably would be, but I had I wanted to see an element that doesn't do much on its own, but reacts with other elements.
Okay.
So like water. Water on its own is just like it slows the enemy a little bit. Whatever, but if you trigger a disorder between water and fire, instead of it being a disorder, it becomes like a
damage,
something else, and it becomes scald, and like it's a higher damage burn
Ooh. And water could work really well with the current elements, because water with electricity, ice, and fire would all have different...
Electricity could spread to other enemies.
Ether, you could come up with something.
Ice could be like hoarfrost, so like it keeps re-triggering freezes, or like has a big defense reduction or something.
That could... No, that would be a cool unit.
Ether could become corrosive, which would give us our poison.
Yeah.
You know, like
the
devs
ferric water sounds like it probably would be the poison.
And Nicole sells her etheric bathwater. Mihoyo, hire me. I'm here to help plan this. That's a really cool idea, I know.
Nicole Delphine.
Hey, we have an episode title. How exciting is that? I'm so glad. It took us a little while, but
we've talked about her hair and her bathwater.
I had a picture of her because I sent it to you, and I was like, that's who I'm talking. Because I love Nicole's like aesthetic. I don't use her on any teams, but I like Nicole's aesthetic.
Yeah.
Brian, we are back for another episode in 2 weeks, which would put us on December 12th. Will be our next episode.
Ominous.
By December 12th, we will have had the chance to play with Lighter for a little bit and see how he does. We'll probably be getting more official info about Miyabi, so we'll most assuredly be talking about Miyabi. Historically, MiHoYo has not done anything or very much to celebrate things like Christmas or New Year's. Like some gacha games get really excited about holidays.
Yeah.
MiHoYo has historically not. Chinese New Year, they go big on. So like we know that's going to come at some point. But if they do anything special for the holiday season, we'll be sure to talk about it.
If I had to guess, it would probably be maybe some polychromes or
300 polys.
Yeah.
If that, just like if you're one of those people who's like really trying to scrounge up everything you can, I would not be holding my breath for like a free 5 S rank selector or something coming in for holiday break here.
Yeah, maybe for the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, if not that, like at least a like an A rank selector or something for the 1 year anniversary. But yeah, that's where we're at. Things are going on in the game. We're in kind of one of these really nice, I don't want to call it slow periods, like lulls. There was a lot of content for a while that we were having to chew through, so it's kind of nice.
It's nice to be able to sit and breathe and start stockpiling your resources after you had to blow through them. And
I ran out of Denny's again.
Yeah, I did too.
I know we were wrapping up and we're almost wrapping up. And there are other games when you get to max rank. Anytime you would have gotten account experience, it becomes currency instead. So there's a good chance that when you get to Internaut level 60, as long as you keep playing, Denny's may stop becoming an issue because you're getting your normal flow of Denny's, and also like everything that would have been experience coming in will just become Denny's instead.
Yeah. Have you hit 60?
No, I am at 56.
Okay.
I could be maybe 57 if I burned all of my saved up batteries, but I've just been kind of saving them.
Yeah, and there's no point.
No. I can't wait to get the 60 and get my 3 regular rolls so I can get 3 B rank W engines out of it. The real reward is that like your income, as long as you're not squandering it or building every single character to max level, it will balance out. But right now, it's been a lot of like, let me spend 100 energy to get Denny's back because I need talents, and they're just not there. Folks, it's been absolutely wonderful.
And on that line from Nicole about being out of Denny's again.
yeah. This is our Nicole episode. Please,
we never once actually talked about Nicole. Just random references to her.
Everything it's like how evolution always becomes crabs. All conversation becomes Nicole. It's Nicologenesis. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can always email us at sixthstreetunderground@gmail.com or reach out to us on our Podbean page. If there's anything you want us to talk about or whatever, reach out to us. Let us know. And until next time, we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.